Top news of the hour. News number 1. Russian jets vs American drones near Crimea. The showdown you didn't see coming. Tensions between Russia and the United States have escalated once again as Russian fighter jets were deployed to intercept 2 American drones conducting reconnaissance near Crimea. The incident, which occurred on Monday, has raised concerns about potential border violations and provoked debate over the legality of such actions. The Russian Defense Ministry identified the drones as an MQ-9 Reaper and an RQ-4 Global Hawk, both known for their intelligence-gathering capabilities. The drones were allegedly spotted approaching the Russian border while on a mission over the Black Sea. In response, Russian air defense forces promptly launched 2 fighter jets to prevent any possible infringement of their airspace. This episode reflects the ongoing geopolitical struggle between Russia and Ukraine, particularly over the disputed territory of Crimea. Since the controversial annexation of Crimea by Russia in 2014, tensions have remained high in the region. Russia views the area as critical for its military operations in southern Ukraine, prompting Ukrainian forces to disrupt infrastructure between Crimea and the Ukrainian mainland. Notably, this is not the first time Russian jets have engaged with American drones. In March, 2 Russian Sukhoi Su-27 fighter jets aggressively approached an MQ-9 Reaper drone, causing a collision that resulted in the drone's crash. Fortunately, no such contact occurred during the recent incident near Crimea. The actions taken by Russian air defenses successfully altered the course of the American drones, forcing them to change direction and leave the area. However, it is crucial to note that the U.S. Department of Defense has yet to provide an official statement regarding this incident. Analyzing this event from a broader perspective, it underscores the growing tensions between major global powers and their proxy conflicts. The use of drones for intelligence gathering in such disputed areas has become a sensitive subject, further complicating the delicate balance of power. It prompts important questions about sovereignty, international law, and the increasing role of unmanned aerial vehicles in modern warfare. In light of this, it would be interesting to hear viewers' opinions on this topic. What do you think about the deployment of Russian fighters to intercept American drones near Crimea? Is it a legitimate response to potential border violations, or does it escalate an already tense situation? Please share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. By engaging in this discussion, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex dynamics at play and foster constructive dialogue on how to mitigate tensions and maintain stability in global hotspots. News number 2. Is the EU about to expand? The major shift that could change everything. In his recent address at the Bled Strategic Forum, EU Council President Charles Michel offered an optimistic outlook on the potential enlargement of the European Union, particularly for the Western Balkan countries and hopefuls like Ukraine and Moldova. While Michel's speech was filled with sweet promises and gestures towards future membership, it lacked concrete substance and left many questions unanswered. Michel emphasized the need for stronger bonds and a more powerful EU, stating that it was time to tackle the challenge of enlargement. He proposed that countries with a confirmed EU perspective should be recognized as future member states. However, these statements raise concerns about the credibility of such claims and the lack of a clear roadmap for enlargement. The Western Balkan countries, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Serbia, Albania, and Bosnia and Herzegovina have long been candidates for EU membership, with Kosovo being the exception. Additionally, Ukraine and Moldova joined the list of candidates in 2022. Michel suggested that the EU should be prepared for membership on both sides by 2030, but acknowledged that there is a lot of work to be done. This timeline, while ambitious, raises questions about the concrete steps required for successful enlargement. President Emmanuel Macron, on the other hand, emphasized the need for internal EU reform before further enlargement occurs. He warned that enlarging the EU without addressing these internal challenges would hinder progress, especially with the varying political situations across member states. Macron's idea of a multi-speed Europe received little support within the bloc, particularly among member states in emerging Europe who fear being left on the margins. EU leaders are set to discuss enlargement at the upcoming European Council meeting in Granada, Spain, and Michel is expected to propose opening accession negotiations with Ukraine and Moldova. Slovenian Prime Minister Robert Golob stressed that preparations for accession must happen within the next 12 months, highlighting the temporary nature of this window of opportunity. However, it is crucial to note that EU enlargement remains a merit-based process that requires adhering to shared values and the rule of law. Mikel emphasized the importance of human rights, democracy, solidarity, and respecting the rights of minorities in the EU. Furthermore, he expressed his desire to prevent conflicts from being imported into the EU, a statement likely directed towards Serbia and Kosovo. The reactions from key stakeholders have been mixed. Serbian Prime Minister Ana Brnabic expressed frustration with the perception that the Western Balkans are continuously falling short of EU expectations. Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama appreciated the gesture of setting 2030 as a target for accession, but remained skeptical, acknowledging that the process could take much longer. As viewers and readers, it is vital to critically analyze the prospects and challenges of EU enlargement. What do you think about the EU's approach to enlargement? Do you believe the proposed timeline and commitments are realistic and achievable? Share your thoughts and opinions on this contentious topic in the comments below. In conclusion, while Charles Michel's speech offered hope for future EU membership to candidate countries, further steps and substantial reforms are needed to ensure the credibility and success of enlargement. The EU must address internal challenges, adhere to shared values, and establish a clear roadmap for accession. Only by fostering transparency, trust, and genuine commitment can the EU truly deliver on its promises of a stronger and safer union. News number 3. NATO countries issue ultimatum to Belarus. Expel Wagner fighters or else. The officials from Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, all NATO members and neighboring countries of Belarus, have urged Belarus to expel the Russian paramilitary force, Wagner, from its territory. They argue that the presence of these fighters poses a threat to their territorial integrity, particularly in the context of Russia's ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The demand by these Baltic NATO countries to remove the Wagner mercenaries from Belarus is a strategic move driven by their concern for regional security. Given the close proximity of the fighters to their borders, they rightfully perceive the presence of this paramilitary force as a potential threat to their sovereignty. The heightened tensions created by Russia's war in Ukraine have made it imperative for these countries to take immediate action to safeguard their territories. The closure of several border checkpoints by Poland and Lithuania due to security concerns showcases their determination to address this issue seriously. The joint statement solidifies the resolve of these countries to protect their borders and maintain their national security. Additionally, the death of Yevgeny V. Prigozhin, the leader of Wagner, has created uncertainty about the future of the mercenary group. This uncertainty raises questions about how the Kremlin may seek to exert control over Wagner while retaining its combat effectiveness. The concerns expressed by Poland and Lithuania regarding potential provocations and sabotage actions by the Wagner forces hint at the fear of potential destabilization in the region. The reinforcement of the Polish border with an additional 2,000 troops further underlines the gravity of the situation. The ongoing border tensions between Belarus and its NATO neighbors, even predating the conflict in Ukraine, particularly regarding migrant crossings, have also been mentioned by the officials. Accusations of Belarus luring migrants from the Middle East and Africa to use them for political leverage have further strained relationships. Poland's construction of a fortified wall along its border highlights its determination to control migration flows and maintain stability within its territory. Request for viewers' opinion. What are your thoughts on the presence of Wagner fighters in Belarus and the demands made by Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia? Do you believe it poses a genuine threat to the territorial integrity of these NATO countries? Please share your opinions and thoughts in the comments section below.